Hello guys, good evening. Welcome to the session. Hope you all can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, let us start the session. So, let us have a course overview. What is actually the data engineering and what is a Google Cloud platform? And from there, we will start our first topic and we will see how to create a free tier account. So, let us go with the flow now. So this is our agenda for today. So I'm gonna start with the introduction. So let me start my introduction about me. So hope you guys know me. So my name is Shaik Saidhul, guys. I have completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, and currently I'm working as a cloud architect at a top MNC company. So I'm a trainer for both Google Cloud Platform as well as Azure trainings. So I worked as a data engineer. Now I'm working as a cloud architect now. So the course name you already know, guys, right? So this is going to be a data engineering with a cloud platform. So we have picked up Google Cloud Platform because it is having a plenty of opportunities nowadays. So that is something. And after that, I'm going to give you the importance of the data engineering in today's digital landscape. And after that, I'm going to tell you what is a data engineering. So I'm going to give you the role of a data engineer, key roles and responsibilities of a data engineer. And after that, we will see what is a Google Cloud Platform overview and introduction to the cloud platform and key services and tools that we are going to cover in our GCP course throughout the entire course. And we will also see the benefits of using the GCP for data engineering. Okay, so this is our course agenda. So let us start with the importance of a data engineer, guys. So you might have seen what is a data engineer actually do. Okay, so there will. So let us see first what is data engineering, and let us see after that what is a cloud platform, and we will understand the importance of the cloud platform. Okay, so let us start from there. Give me 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry, guys. So let us start the session, right? So what is a data engineering? So let us try to understand what is actually a data engineering. So usually, so in a data engineer, what happens is that we get a data from a multiple data sources, guys. Okay, we may get a data from a databases. We may get a data from applications. We may get a data from a file formats like a CSV file or a Avro file or a Parquet file, whatever it is, JSON file, so something like that. So we may get a data from a IoT devices like sensors and all of those things. So these are the possible data sources. So when you look at a databases, you might get a data from a MySQL databases or a Postgres or a Oracle, whatever it is. So you get the data from multiple data sources and you try to ingest the data into the data lakes, right? So you have a data lake. So what is a data lake? What is the difference between the data lake and RDBMS as well as the data warehouse? We will see in our upcoming classes. But this is a data engineering. In a data engineering, you get the data from multiple data sources. You try to put the data into a single platform called a data lake. Okay, once you have kept all the data in your single platform, that is data lake, because when you have a data coming from databases, you will be running a databases maybe in some Singapore servers, or you are running your databases in your US servers or Australia, whatever it is. So if I wanted to do some kind of a data processing on it, or if I wanted to do some kind of analysis on top of my data, I need to have the data in one position. So that's where the data lake. A data lake is something like a centralized large repository to store any kind of a data, any amount of data, any number of files here. So you're going to store the data in the data lake. And after that, so the data that you got from your multiple data sources may not be in a usable format. So you try to make it, you try to clean the data, or you try to process the data. You try to remove the null values, duplicates, whatever it is. You try to add some value to your data. Okay, so that's where the data processing is must. So data processing systems or data pipeline creations are the very must as a data engineer. There are plenty of tools available in the market to do this kind of activity. So you can go for your Apache Beam programming models, or you can go for your Spark and Hadoop environment. So there are plenty of environments available outside to do this activity. So what is the main intention of a data processing is to add some value to your data, because the data that you have got from here may not be in a usable format, right? If you wanted to do some kind of analysis, the data to be in a proper format. So that's where the data processing, you're going to apply some value to your data, you're going to transform the data, you're going to process the data. So that's where the data will be prepared, or that's where the data will be cleaned. And after that, you're going to send the data to your data warehouse. What is a data warehouse, sir? A data warehouse is nothing but a centralized large enterprise data storage model. So the entire enterprise data will be stored in the data warehouse only. Okay, once you have your data in the data warehouse, so data warehouses are come up with a built-in query engine. This query engine is capable of running SQL queries. So you will be able to use the SQL queries running on the data that you got from the data processing. You may be having a raw data here. You try to apply some SQL queries on top of that. So that's where you are going to create some insight tables. So that insight tables will be very useful for downstream people such as BI, the ML machine learning people to create a machine learning models, or the data scientist to create some kind of analysis for future trends if they wanted to analysis. And there will be some business groups also there. So their business groups will directly analyze this data and they take a business decisions on top of this data. So that's where these are the downstream people. Our upstream is nothing but a data sources. Our downstream is nothing but a BI people or ML people or a data scientist or a business groups. So all of these activity has to be controlled, and there has to the data that you got from the source is to be accurate. and compliant enough. You have to take care of the control of the activity and audit logging. Everything has to be done. So that can be done with help of the data governance and monitoring. So this is what is the data engineering, sir. In a data engineering, if I have to say, you get the data from your data sources, you try to ingest the data. You try to ingest the data to the data lakes. Okay, this is where you store the data. And after that, you process the data, you transform the data, you analyze the data, you create a reports on top of your data. And this is where your data governance, because throughout your data, if your data that is coming from your, for example, assume that this is a banking data, so there will be a banking transactions will be there, banking account details will be there. So no one should be, even though the data engineer working on the data, he should not be having access to the bank accounts or a phone numbers, something like you can think of like sensitive data. So we don't want it to showcase the sensitive data even to the business managers also. In such a criteria, you need to have a proper data governance and monitoring tools. So that is where data governance is also very important. Data governance makes sure that sensitive data is properly, treated. And one more thing is that the data that you got from source and the data that you are sending to the destination is accurate. Okay, so that is something, and it is also compliant enough and completeness of the data. Okay, how much you got something, for example, from the source you got some 100 records, and the same 100 records you are sending it to your destination, and this is completeness. And accuracy is something that whatever the data that you have received as sent to the destination, that is accuracy. And governance is something treating the sensitive data. So the sensitive data has to be tagged, the sensitive data has to be treated properly, otherwise everyone can see the sensitive data. So all of these things comes into the data engineering, sir. As a data engineer, you are the one building this architecture. As a data engineer, you're the one making sure the data is accurate throughout your system. As a data engineer, you are the one building the data lakes. As a data engineer, you are the one working on the data processing systems, building the data processing systems. You are the one creating a data warehouse or building a data warehouse, making sure the proper access to the data warehouse is provided to the downstream people such as ML groups, business groups, and BI people. And this is what is a data engineering, sir. Okay. So this is what is a data engineering, and the role of a data engineer, if you ask me, I'm going to say like this. So you data acquisition, the very first important aspect is data acquisition. So without the data, you don't do anything. So you extract the data. Data acquisition means the data extraction from the source. Okay, so that is our first step. And the next step is data transformation. The raw data often needs to be transformed into a structured format, because that's where it will be useful for the analysis purpose. So the data engineers perform the data cleaning, data cleansing, data validation, data normalization, data enrichment, adding a new value to the data. So all of these things will come in. Okay, sorry. So I was talking about a data storage, right? So in a data storage, the data engineers design and implement the data storage solution. For example, you got the data from your sources and you extracted the data. You need to have one system where you can store the data. So you have to design and implement the data storage solutions. So that meets the organization or a client requirements. Okay, this involves this involves many things such as data storage techniques, or if you have a structured data where you can store it, if you have an unstructured data where I have to store it, if I have a semi-structured data where I have to store it. So data storage and management is something you select a proper solution based on your data and you manage your data. Okay, because you should not provide access to the public, right? So you manage the access to your data as well. So this is nothing but a data storage and management. And one more thing is data processing, sir. Okay, data processing is also one more important step the data engineers do, is that they're going to develop the data processing pipelines or workflows that can handle the transformation, aggregation, and computation of your data. And they use plenty of tools, because They get, if it is a very large amounts of the data, they're going to use the Spark. If it is a small amount of the data, they have their own way of interacting with the data. And you have to come up with a data processing pipeline or a data, whether it is a batch kind of a data, you need to come up with a one pipeline. If you have a structured stream kind of a data, you need to come up with a one more pipeline. So data processing is very important. So you need to develop one kind of a pipeline or a workflow which will take care of a transformation or aggregation based on your incoming data. Okay, so that is one more thing. And after that, you're going to ensure that the data is accurate throughout the system. So that is data quality and data governance. And after that, system integration. For example, all of these things has to be integrated, otherwise all the human interaction will be always needed. So that's the reason you need to create a one integrated system where all, as soon as the data is generated at a source, automatically data will be extracted and stored, processed, and sent to the destination. So you need to have a proper system integration to take care of all of this activity. And finally, performance optimization. In this performance optimization, we as a data engineer has to make sure that our storage systems are enough and working properly or not. Data processing pipelines are working properly or not. If it is taking a lot of time for the processing, we need to tune the we try to tune the queries, we try to tune the code. So that is something that comes under the performance optimization. And one more thing is that the main important thing, it is not the last point, but it is also one of the important point, is that you always monitor your systems, okay, and maintain your systems. Monitoring and maintenance is a very important aspect of that. So you created a system, but you have to make sure that it is running all the time. If it is not running, so that's where the problem, that the downstream people are not getting the proper data. So monitoring is also one more important, that you have a look on your data pipeline whether it is running properly. And one more thing is that maintenance, which is also very important, guys, because you in a market you may be getting a different versions of the, you are working some tool, that a tool or a software comes up with the updated version, so you try to update your version. That is kind of a maintenance, right? So otherwise your pipeline will fail again. So make sure that your data or your servers or your versions of your softwares are always updated. So that is comes under maintenance activity. A role of a data engineer is that he's going to be working on the data acquisition. He is to work on a data storage and storage solutions or a management activities. And he will be the one processing the data. He will be the one making sure that the data is quality and accurate throughout the system. And we should make sure that the data, all of these things are working in a chain, and we need to make sure that it is working in an automated fashion, nothing but a productionizing the pipelines. And we need to make sure that even there is a way, if there is a pipeline, something is running, taking a lot of time, we try to tune it. If there is a query running and it is taking a lot of time, we try to tune it. So that's all of these things comes under the performance optimization. And we try to monitor and we try to maintain our pipeline. So as the role of a data engineer, you are going to work on taking care of all of these things. Okay, so this is one thing. One more thing. So I try to give you some idea about what is a data engineering and what is the roles of a data engineer. Right? Let us see what Google Cloud platform. Okay, in a Google Cloud platform, you might have heard about it, right? So AWS is also there, Amazon Web Services, and you might have heard about the Azure platforms also, Microsoft Azure. Likewise, you have a one more platform, that is Google Cloud Platform. These are all public, sir. Okay, so these are all public cloud providers, sir. So these are the top 3 leading cloud providers. One of the highest market is having for the AWS, and the next one is for the Microsoft Azure, and the very next one is the GCP. So why GCP? I'll tell you later. Why GCP is that? So Google Cloud Platform is there from last 5-6 years. But Google products we have been using from the last decade, I would say more than a decade. That people already having some kind of a trust on the Google Cloud platform. That is one thing. And one more thing is that Google Cloud Platform provides you the services similar to your AWS and Azure. So whatever the services that as a data engineer you are going to use in the AWS, you can get the same set of services in the Azure as well. And the advantage that you get is that the similar service that you're gonna get in the Google Cloud Platform is having a less cost compared to the AWS and Azure. Something like this. For example, if I'm using a Spark environment in the Google Cloud Platform, the cost of the cluster is very less compared to your AWS and Azure. So that is the reason. That is the main reason that the most of the companies are looking towards the Google Cloud Platform for data engineering, not only for data engineering, but also for the development purpose, app deployments, Kubernetes, Docker container deployments, everything. Okay, because the cost associated with the one service in the GCP is much, the cost of the service is much lesser than AWS and Azure. So that is the reason Google Cloud Platform become very famous now. And if I have to say what is a Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services. Google Cloud Platform provides you a suite of cloud computing services and provided by the Google that offers a range of products and solutions to help the organizations build, deploy, scale applications and services in the cloud platform. So this is what is a Google Cloud Platform, guys. So you have a AWS, you have a Azure, you have a GCP. This also provides you the services. This also provides you the services. Likewise, Google Cloud Platform is also provides you suite of cloud computing services. Okay, so here also you can do the app deployments. You can also build your deployments. You can also develop your applications, everything. Likewise, here also you can do the same thing. Here also you can do the same thing. There isn't a difference when it comes to the services that we have in the cloud platform. The services are same. But when it comes to the cost, if I have to say, the cost of the services is of the AWS, the cost is very high. For the GCP, the cost is very less. So that's the main intention of using the Google Cloud Platform. And Google provides you highly scalable, reliable, and secured infrastructure that enables the businesses to leverage the power of Google's extensive global network and data centers. Okay, so this is also one of the important points that related to the Google Cloud Platform. If I have to say how many services that the Google actually providing you, Google provides you the compute services, Google provides you the storage and database services, Google also provides you the networking services, big data services, developer tools, identity and security, nothing but IAM, IoT services, nothing but IoT, Internet of Things, AI services, management tools, data transfer activities. So all of these things Google provides you. If you are working in a one project, whatever the services do you need as a engineer or a developer, all of those services are available in the Google Cloud Platform. It is a suite of cloud computing services. What is it, sir? It is a suite of cloud computing services. It provides you the compute engines. It provides you the Kubernetes engines. It provides you the app engines. It provides you the storage and databases. It provides you the big data tools. It provides you the networking tools. It is also provides you the IAM, identity access management. Okay. It also provides you the machine learning services that comes under AI. Okay. Machine learning services. It also provides you the data transfer services to move your data. If you have a very large amount of data, you wanted to move from one platform to the cloud, you have a data transfer services as well. So this is how the suite of, this is what is a cloud platform, Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud is a cloud provider like AWS and Azure, if I have to say define it directly. And it also comes up with a suite of cloud computing services broadly categorized into these things. Okay. And what we are learning in our course, sorry if you ask me. Sir, what are the tools as a data engineer in our course we are going to focus on? So these are the services that we are going to focus on. One is cloud storage. Cloud storage is where we're going to store our unstructured data. If you wanted to store the data which you do not know, sir, I do not know what is the format of it. So I do not know what I can do with it. Straight away, go and store in the cloud storage, very, very cheap and fully managed services. Okay, cloud storage is a fully managed service to work or to store and retrieve the data. Any type of a data you can store, any amount of data you can store, any number of files you can store here. This is a cloud storage, guys. The next thing, cloud SQL, structured query language. Sir, what kind of a data we are actually storing in the cloud storage? In the cloud storage, we are storing the unstructured data which we do not know, which is not in the form of a tabular format. What if I have a data which is in the tabular format? So that's where SQL, sir, structured query language. Cloud SQL is one of the fully managed service in the GCP. If you wanted to store tabular data, what kind of a data, sir? If you wanted to store tabular data, you have a structured SQL service. It is also called as a cloud SQL. Cloud SQL is nothing but a fully managed service to store your data in the form of a table. What is meant by tables, sir? A table is nothing but a defined number of columns and rows, and there will be a relationship between the rows and columns that is called as a schema. Okay, schema is properly defined. And we have a competitor for the cloud SQL as well, that is Cloud Spanner. Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner both are the similar kind of a tools. It is like a competitors, you can say. Sir, I wanted to work with the tabular or a structured data. Either you can go for SQL or you can also go for Spanner. So we will see in our upcoming classes what is the main difference between the SQL and Spanner. In which case I have to go to the Cloud SQL, in which case I have to go to the Spanner. So if you wanted to understand the main difference, stay tuned, guys. And one more thing, that we have a very, very, very important tool, that is BigQuery, one of the modern data warehouse that is available in the data engineering Google Cloud platform. It is used to store the data, collect the data, store the data, analyze the data, prepare the reports on top of the data. So all in one tool you can think of. A BigQuery is where you will be able to collect, store, analyze, and transform the data in one platform. Not only that, you can also create machine learning models with SQL. Okay, you can also create what, sir? With the help of the simple SQL database language called SQL, you can also create a machine learning models. So that is the power of a big. Guys, keep mute yourself. Okay, so that is what is a BigQuery, sir. BigQuery is to work with the large amounts of the data, as we have seen right here. You have to see, understand the categories here. We have a compute and storage and database services, right? So storage and database services is different. Big data tools are different. Storage and databases, cloud storage, Cloud Spanner, and Cloud SQL come into this picture. Big data or BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, all of those comes into this picture. So let us see all of those things one by one. Don't worry. Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, and BigQuery. Hope you got some idea about the BigQuery, sir. BigQuery is one of the serverless platform. You don't need to create a server here. I was telling you about cloud storage, Cloud SQL, and Cloud Spanner. It was a fully managed services. But when it comes to the BigQuery, it is a serverless platform. If I have to work with the Cloud SQL, I need to create an instance. That means I'm creating a server. But to work with the BigQuery, you don't need to create a server because it is a serverless platform. We will see what is the difference between the managed services, fully managed services, as well as serverless platforms. Very important aspect that we must understand, guys. Okay. And the next service that we are going to learn is Bigtable. Sir, I am storing the structured data. I am storing the unstructured data, and I am also storing the data. And there is a difference between the BigQuery and Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner. I'll tell you, sir. Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner both are the RDBMS solutions, operational databases, transactional databases. What about the BigQuery, sir? A BigQuery is a data warehouse for structured data. Okay, it is a data warehouse. These two are the operational databases, OBDBs, or you can think of a RDBMS. Okay, what is a big table? These two to work with, these three mainly for structured data. Two are the operational databases. One is a data warehouse. What about a big table? Big table is to work with the semi-structured kind of a data, where your data may not be in the form of a table, and it does not have a proper relationship between the rows and columns. Okay, so that is what I'm calling as a semi-structured data. So to work with the semi-structured data, we're also learning about the big table. And the next set of services. Why did I make blue color all of these things? These are all storage options. Either it is a semi-structured data or a unstructured data or a structured data. These are all storage options. Okay, and then very next service is data proc. What is this data proc? Sir, I wanted to work with the Hadoop Spark environment. Sir, I am working in an on-premises environment. We have a data, we have a pipelines working on the Spark cluster. I wanted to move all of those pipelines to the Google Cloud Platform. What is the service that we have? Sir, if you are looking for a Spark and Hadoop environment, that's where you have a data proc. You can just lift and shift your on-premises Spark cluster pipelines or Hadoop jobs to your data proc directly, because it comes up with the pre-installed clusters with the Hadoop and Spark environment. Not only that, if you wanted to go for Hive, Pig, all of those things also you can able to install on top of this data proc. Data proc is a fully managed service, guys, where you can just create your cluster, work with the Spark and Hadoop environment. You can create Python jobs, PySpark jobs, Scala jobs, Hadoop jobs, whatever the thing you wanted to work on. So that is the data proc, guys. Okay, I don't wanted to talk about this one. I wanted to talk about a data flow now. Okay, data flow. So I'm talking about one more orange one, that is data flow. I will talk about that PubSub and data stream later. So data flow is also one of the data processing system. So data proc as well as data flow are the data processing systems where you create data pipelines. Okay, so in a data flow, we are going to learn about our Apache Beam programming model. We are also learning about data migrations. In the data proc, we are going to learn about the PySpark development. Python with the Spark development, we are going to learn in the data proc. In data flow, we are going to learn about the Apache Beam programming model, which will be very important for as a data engineer to process the data in the parallel. Okay, so that is also one more important thing. And talking about this PubSub and data stream, sir, I wanted to work with the streaming data. That's where PubSub and data stream come into the picture. Okay, you wanted to work with the streaming data, so you can use directly that PubSub. So you have a data that is generated every second. You can use the PubSub to get the data from the source, and in the PubSub, you create a topic, there will be a subscriber. The topic gets the data, subscriber receives the data. So that's how it works. And data stream. A data stream is one of the service in the GCP where you can able to move your data or migrate your data from Cloud SQL RDBMS solutions to the BigQuery very fast. And it is kind of a CDC service you can think of. CDC is nothing but a change data capture. Whatever the changes that is happening over the source, that will be captured in the destination. So that is what is a CDC service. We are also learning about the data fusion set. It is also one of the data processing services, data processing system. So we have this is one, this is two, this is three. Three data processing systems. Here in the data proc, we are going to create a data pipelines with the PySpark. Here we are going to create with the Apache Beam with Python. Sir, I wanted to create a pipelines. Sir, I wanted to create a pipelines without writing any code. Here you are creating a pipelines with the help of the PySpark. That is nothing but a coding. Here also you are creating a pipelines with the help of the Apache Beam and Python. That is again a coding. Sir, do we have any tool in the GCP to create a pipelines without writing any code? That's where the data fusion So data fusion is a drag and drop tool, user interface tool to create a pipelines. To get it has a 200 plus connections are there, so you will be able to easily create your data pipelines, and also you can do the data transformations without writing any code. You create the pipelines without writing any code. You do the transformations also without writing any code. All will be done with help of the drag and drop and user interface. Okay, very interesting tool. And that is again one more data processing tool or a scheduler tool, whatever you call, Airflow. Airflow is one of the fully managed services. It is also called as a cloud composer in the GCP. I mean, if you wanted to treat it as a ETL tool, you can think of it as a ETL tool. If you wanted to treat it as a scheduler, you wanted to treat it as a data governance, also you can able to do in the Airflow. So Airflow is an all-in-one tool you can think of. Okay, mainly it will be used for the data monitoring, data governing, and scheduling purpose. Here also you can create ETL jobs. Okay, so all these things are data processing system. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very important tool. Okay, so after that we are learning about the cloud functions. Cloud functions are the event-based triggers. So if there is an event happened, you wanted to trigger one more activity, that's where the cloud functions are. Very important. Small serverless machines, guys. We are going to learn about the cloud functions as well. IAM. Sir, who can do what on which resources? If you wanted to understand the user as well as the project management in the Google Cloud Platform, we can also learn about the IAM. IAM is nothing but an identity access management. Who is going to work on which resource? If they are working on that resources, they are going to. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry. So we are talking about a IAM, right? So for example, you are working in the Google Cloud Platform, but as soon as you enter into the Google Cloud Platform, you don't get any access. Even though you try to work with the service, you don't get any access. As there is an admin, he will be providing you the access. And while providing you the access, there are 3 types again, whether you are going to be editor access or a viewer access or a owner access. He is going to be assigning you some kind of access to you. Based on the access, you can able to do some certain actions in the cloud platform, because whatever you do in the cloud platform is everything is associated to the cost. Okay, so every service that you're gonna use in the cloud platform associated with certain cost. So that's the reason we have to learn about the IAM. So it is more of an admin kind of a activity that we are going to learn, which is very important as a data engineer as well. And then data migration services, DMS, data transfer services, we are also learning about it. Scheduler, we are also learning about. So these are all almost 16 plus services that we are going to learn in the data engineering tools, guys. So this is what is the data engineering. Okay, so these are the tools that we are going to focus on throughout our sessions in the cloud platform. Okay, so the prerequisite, the course details I have to tell you guys. 1 minute, guys. For the course details, I should mention the timings properly. It is actually the time I forgot. So it is 8 p.m. right? Why this is 8? Give me a minute. Okay, nice. Okay, so these are the course details, guys. So the course duration is going to be 45 days. Okay, the course duration is going to be 45 days. And the timings for the session is 8 p.m. IST Monday to Friday. We do not have any classes on Saturday, Sunday. Okay, the timings for the course is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. And delivery mode is online live classes, guys. So we are going to have a live sessions. If you guys have any questions during the class, you can raise your hand, you can directly speak up, and I'll be able to clear your doubts. That's not a problem. And the add-ons for course, they are going to have a video recordings. We are going to have a, I'm going to share you the comprehensive material. I will also show you that. I will also show you the interview questions, and we will also provide resume assistance. Okay, so this is what is a course details, guys. Look at here, duration is 45 days, timings 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, Monday to Friday. Delivery mode, online live sessions. Add-ons, we are going to provide the video recordings, comprehensive material, interview questions, and as well as I will also provide you the resumes for building your resumes. And this course gives you almost 2.5 years of experience, guys. We are going to have a project. We are going to have a real-time projects as well. Okay, and the prerequisite for the course is familiarity with SQL. Sir, if you are known to the SQL, that is enough. So if you know about what is SQL, the create statements, the delete statements, the creation of tables, as well as joins, aggregations, more than enough. Okay, and we will be learning in our upcoming classes about SQL development, PySpark development, Apache Beam programming development. We are also learning about how to create a data pipelines. We are also learning about how to think as a data architect to build the entire system. We are also having a batch data pipelines. We are also having a streaming data pipeline. Okay. The target audience for this course, aspiring data engineers, sir. The individuals who want to start a career as a data engineering are looking to acquire the necessary skills and knowledge on the data engineering, they can actually go for this course. If you are a fresher or if you are working in any other domain or non-IT, whatever you are, if you wanted to build your career as a data engineering, so this course is going to be starting from the basic to the advanced. Okay, so this is something. And next one is, so if you are working as a data analyst or a data engineering individuals, you wanted to you wanted to gain or expand your skill set to include the data engineering as well. This is also one more course for you. Okay, that is one thing. And one more is the software engineers and developers. Okay, so these are the individuals who have a programming background and wanted to transition or specialize in data engineering. So this is where this course is also very helpful for them as well, guys. So if you are a data analyst or a data scientist or a software engineer or a developer, if you wanted to add one more skill to your resume, or you wanted to transition your career from your this background to the data engineering, so you can also go for that one. And one more is database and ETL developers. So which is very, most of the people comes from the database and ETL developers only, guys. So they already have some kind of a knowledge on it. So this is one thing. And business intelligence professionals, nothing but a BI, sir. If you are wanted to learn about the data engineering activities, this is also one more course for you. And those who are planning for the certifications like Associate Cloud Engineer, Professional Data Engineer certifications, you can also plan attending this course. This course actually gives you very, very good knowledge to complete the Associate Cloud Engineer certification as well as PDA certification. You can easily crack that certifications as well. So aspiring data engineers who wanted to move from data analyst, data scientist, software engineer, developers, database, ETL developers, BI people, whatever you are, if you wanted to enter into the data engineering field, this course is for you guys. Okay, so this is what is our course agenda, and this is what I have planned for this one. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me.
Hi, Saidhul, myself, Kiran. What about 10 plus experience, guys? They're asking more on this GCP in interviews.
Sorry. You're having how many years of experience?
10 plus.
You are having 10 plus, that's fine. I have even dealt with the 15 plus years of experience as well, who has to focus more on the data governance. That's it.
Do
Okay.
you cover that part? That part also,
Yes,
data
of
governance?
course. I will cover you some amount of that part, and a few more amount of that part I'm going to give you as a document. So you just have to spend your 1 or 2 hours. You can able to get that idea. Okay. Yes. Don't worry. We have seen people who
Okay.
are actually working as a manager positions as well as a data architect as well. We have dealt with those people who are having 15, 16 years experience also. So they have loved this course. I can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Saidhul, this is Amir. Are you able to hear me
Yeah.
right?
Hi, Amir. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't have much idea on this. Completely with I'm coming with this course with the zero knowledge. Okay, how can I estimate about this?
So that's
Like,
what, sir.
yeah.
This is for those all of those people. Sir, I'm gonna treat you guys that this course is from very basic. I'm gonna start from what is data onwards. Okay, so this is going to be each and every point I'm gonna describe, I'm gonna define, and I'm gonna give you examples. From there only we are starting the course, and you need not to have a prior expertise on this one. You need not to have it, because at some point of time everyone is learning something. Okay, so what I would try to tell you is that this course will start from basic to the advanced, and our more focus is on the practicals rather than the theoretical. So when you practice and when you try to practice hands-on, you will be able to get more knowledge, right? So we are having a GCP free tier account. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account. With that free tier account, we will be able to practice 80% of the knowledge we are going to gain from the practice and labs only. I'm going to give you the assignments. You just have to cope up with you and get some time to work on the assignments. I'm telling you, you will be having a very good career as a data engineer. So that is what I can assure you guys.
What
Okay.
about the how can I estimate? Means how can I get the packages if I learn
Yeah,
this
so
adapt the
for the
skill?
packages, yes, I actually forgot to add that slide. Somewhere it will be. So for the packages, if you are a fresher, if you are having a 1 year experience, your package is around 5 to 6 plus. And if you are having a 2 years, you can expect 8 to 9. And if you are having a 4 plus, 3 plus, or 4 plus, or 5 plus, you can expect, if you are planning for only one offer, you can expect a 13 lpa to 14 lpa. If you are planning for the second offer later, your package is around 18 to 20. So always plan for the second offer. I have seen my students who got the third offer as well, who is having just a 3.5 years of experience. Their package is around 23, 24 lpa. Okay, they have joined in a very good companies with a very decent package. From 7 lpa to 22 lpa is a very good hike. Only the fixed pay I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the variables, guys, here. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, with this course, how much experience can I get? I mean,
With this course, you can actually go from 2.5 to 3 years experience. You can able to gain from this course.
okay. And one more thing, what about this infrastructure part? Completely we are depending on the GCP, or we are going to do in our local machines with along with the VM
No,
setup
we
and all?
are going to focus on morely on the cloud platform, because most of the projects nowadays are the clouds only. So our entire focus is on the cloud.
Okay. Means as a part of this, we are going to cover a data bricks like that, or any?
Databricks is nothing but a data proc, or Databricks is also one more similar tool. I would say that Databricks is very similar to this one, which is data proc. If you learn the data proc, with almost 90% of the Databricks you have learned only. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And means along with the GCP, we are also having the different cloud platforms, right? Okay,
Correct.
which is a similar correlated, I think so, right?
AWS and Azure are similar, guys, but comparatively GCP professionals are less skilled now. So there are plenty of projects, but the less skilled people are available outside. That's the reason plenty of opportunities are there. This is the aim of the course, is that to make you the GCP data engineer skilled professionals. Okay, so to leverage the benefit of the opportunities.
Okay, what about these use cases? What kind of use cases we are going to
Use
take up in this
cases,
course?
real-time scenarios, as well as real-time projects we are having, guys. So I'm going to provide you the assignments. I'm going to take a use case and try to solve it. and I'm going to take a real-time project, a real-time data pipeline from end to end. So this is all included here.
Yeah, this is out of question, means out of our course. I have seen some data factory as well. I don't know what is the difference between data engineer and data factory. If you give some brief in one
Data
statement.
factory is coming from Azure. Azure Data Factory is one of the fully managed service where you can able to create workflows. Okay, I'm a trainer for Azure as well, so I know about Data Factory and Databricks. So Azure Data Factory is just one of the tool in the Azure platform for the data engineering activity only, where you will be able to create a workflows. Likewise, you are having here the data proc, data flow, data fusion, and airflow. All of these things are the similar tools only.
Okay, you mean the cloud platforms are different, but the context is the same.
Context is same. Of course,
Okay.
the context is same. Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
It's like this: you go to the supermarket and you want to buy a chocolate, but there are different brands of chocolates available, right? So that's what.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions anyone having, guys?
Hi, Saidhul.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, audible?
Yes. Yes. You are audible, Avinash.
Yeah. This side, Avinash. And I had a question about data flow, data fusion, as well as data proc, which basically use some programming language, right?
Data flow, data fusion, and airflow. All these are.
So basically, here we are using programming languages just like Python kind of thing, right?
Data proc, data flow, airflow. We are using Python. Data fusion. We don't need to do any language.
Yeah, that is drag and drop, right? But
Yes.
my question is, Python basically to learn from scratch, is it
No,
possible
not
within this course?
yeah. So that's a good question. If you are familiar with SQL, sir, that's enough. Why didn't I say about the Python is that? So Python is also very simple and user-friendly language, I would say. And I'm going to tell you in our upcoming classes how you can learn the basic concept of Python. Okay. So before starting this data proc data flow, in one of the week, I'm going to give you some assignment to focus on few concepts of the Python. So those other concepts I will be covering. Okay. So for the Python and SQL in our upcoming classes, whenever I start the cloud storage, I will tell you few concepts related to the SQL, and I'm going to give you some assignment. You guys have to come up with some kind of a completions. Likewise for the Python also. So that's where we need not to focus on the languages much, guys. So those languages will be there. The only thing is that nowadays there are tools also came into the picture to write a code. So we are not to write a code, but we are here to come up with the logic behind the code. If you know the logic behind the code, that's it. You can able to come up with a code. You can able to use this command, this code, that code. Okay. The idea behind the course, the idea behind the entire data engineering is come with the proper logic. So that logic will help you here. So I'm going to tell you how to gain that logic. I'm going to tell you how you can use that logic to build a query, how you can use that knowledge to create a script from the Python. So we will be having plenty of things. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to tell you guys. Next 45 days is going to be very interesting.
Right. And as this course put us with experience of 2+ years, so that is what my interest is key in languages how we can proceed with. So as it will put us
for this course for the data engineering, GCP data engineering, you can put like, so for example, this is how you have to plan it, guys. You are having, assume that I'm on an average, I'm assuming that overall all the people are having 5 years. Okay. Assume that you have a 5 years of experience. You say in the interview that I'm having 2.5 years of experience in the Google Cloud platform. Okay. What you have done in the what you have done prior, that means 2.5 years, last 2.5 years, that is fine. Prior to that, that means 2+ years again there is, right? So 2+ years, you say that I worked on the on-premises systems of that same tools. Okay, that's where you can able to cover your entire thing. Or you can also say that I worked as a SQL developer. You can also say that I worked on a Spark environment. I worked on a data streaming. I worked on a Apache Beam program. You can say that. That's not a problem. Okay, so that's how you have to manage the interviews. But when they ask you the interview questions, I'm going to give you the interview questions as well, which will be almost, if they're asking 10 questions, out of 7 to 8 questions are repeatable from that question list only. Okay, so that is how the questions are prepared. Almost 50 to 60 questions are there. So you just have to come up with the proper answers and you just have to explain them. That's it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, even today also, two of the people have got interview, and one was a first round and second one was a second round in the Tech Mahindra. So I'm going to tell you, it's good, plenty of opportunities there. Try yourself, mold yourself, try to learn the engineering, data engineering tools. The main important is try put your time and effort. That's it. You will be learning automatically.
So 45 days, 45 working days, right?
Yeah, 45 working days. Yes.
It's not 1.5 months. It might be a 2 months, right?
Close to.
Close to 2 months.
Yeah.
We are basically seeking for certification. So out of this course,
also plan for certifications like associate cloud engineer as well as data and professional data engineer.
so detail will be further provided
Yes.
further, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Saidhul.
Any other questions, anyone?
Yes, sir. So Devi Prasad here. Sir, I've been here for like 9 years of Oracle database engineer. I mean, recently I worked as a DB and primarily into performance tuning. So how this will be helpful?
This is going to be very helpful for you. I'm going to tell you that it's just so far you might have worked on Oracle databases, one similar platform. If you wanted to be in a trending course, so I'm telling you guys, people does not know about the data engineering. Data engineering is the highly paid skill. Highly paid professionals are almost data engineers. When it comes to the data field, people think about data science is highly skilled. The BI people are highly paid. No, data engineers are the highly paid. Go and check it actually. So there are situations that data engineering is there from last 10-15 years, but data engineering professionals keep on grow, that packages keep on increases. Data scientist, even though the data scientist move to the data engineering, okay, and the data engineering by default come up with the proper knowledge of the if you wanted to become a data scientist, data engineering is must. Okay, so that's how. And you as a Oracle developer, you can actually build your career as a data engineer, get highly skilled. And one more thing is that you can go for a high package. Okay, so because I know that there are people who are working on the RDBMS solutions, who are working on the ETL development sites, the package, they spend a lot of time every day, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, but they earn very less. But with this course, an entire transition to the data engineering, get a highly paid job. I would say that.
So the role will be as a developer or a DBA?
No, it's not going to be developer. It's for you. It's going to be like a senior data engineer.
Senior data engineer, okay.
Yeah.
And we
Senior
are currently in my job also, we are doing MySQL replications, all those stuffs. So whether those things we are going to learn?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Migration, all of those things. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Any questions?
Yeah. What are the languages here we are targeting? I mean to say, what are the required languages to adopt the skill?
I would say that if you are familiar with the SQL, if you are familiar with the Python, more than enough. Because we are not targeting for the Python developer. We are not a Python developers. We are not a Java developer. We are not application developers, guys. We are data engineers. How to treat the data with language. That's what it is. Okay. So we can use SQL. We can use Python to treat the data. If it is a normal, CSV file data, or if it is a more of a tabular data, we will be able to do that. Okay, so our target is to learn the PySpark, Apache Beam, as well as Python and SQL. So these are the 4 things that we are targeting on.
Okay, I don't know about the Scala. Means there are the few prerequisites for the other courses like Scala, like that. It is also one programming language.
One more batch is also going on, guys. So 2 questions, 2 people are asking. I'm going to tell you. So Srini, you are asking something, right? Can you ask now? Hybrid cloud you're talking. No, don't think about that. Hybrid is not yet came into the picture. So people, I don't think projects are not adapting the hybrid mode yet. So this cloud platform, I'm going to tell you, sir, I will tell you this thing. I'm going to assure you this thing. After 2 months of completion of the course, prepare your resume. After 1 month only, after 1 month, 1.5 month only, you prepare your resume. By the end of this course, if you are very, very, good at learning the skill, whatever I am teaching every day, if you are following the class every day, by the end of the course, you will get the job. By the end of the course itself. So I have seen people who have joined after 1 month, they have prepared their resume, they have gone for the interview. By the end of the course, they have got offer letters already. They even told me in the class itself, sir, I already got the offer letter. So I'm telling you, opportunities are there. Okay, opportunities are there. The only thing you have to do is that gain the knowledge properly and try, because don't think that, sir, one interview I have failed, but the second interview, sir, I don't know how to perform in the interview. Don't think like that. Whoever have got the job from this course, they failed first 2 interviews, they got the second, third interview, fourth interview, fifth interview. I have seen people who cracked 4 offers also with the course. Okay, plan for second offer, don't plan for first offer. Okay, always focus on the second offer letter. So that is the aim of this course. Okay, gain the knowledge properly, use the course, and whatever the doubts you have, ask me at the end of the session every day. I'm gonna here to help you and get everything from me. Yeah. Yeah, someone is asking a question. Amit, right? Yeah, you can ask me.
Yeah, I'm asking about this Scala. Means, do we need?
No, Scala is again replaceable with the PySpark. Both are.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. This is it for today. And I actually took a lot of time to give an introduction. Tomorrow, for sure, tomorrow, don't forget that we're going to start with this topic. And because why I'm starting that topic is, I want you guys to, for learning this topic, cloud storage, you don't need any language, you don't need any expertise. So I'm going to start with this topic. We are going to enter into this topic tomorrow, and I will tell you more information on that. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Thank you all.